Welcome to episode 2, Rules of Engagement. Today our topics will be wearables for fitness and also fitness applications. Then I told you before I'll give you a brief synopsis or scenario on what happens to the fat that you burn in your body, how does it get out of your body or how do you lose it. And those will be our topics we cover today, so stay tuned. Apple Watch, which prices range from around $450 or so and up to a ridiculous $17,000. Which, if that's your thing, you want to spend $17,000 for a watch, go right ahead. But the unique thing about the Apple Watch, it really integrates your iOS Apple phones, and what that's going to allow you to do is going to get your notifications. It's going to have your activity tracker on it. You're going to be able to actually have your workout calendar, and there's a plethora of applications which I'll cover. A few of them are, I guess, the top 6 or 5 or 6 of them that I think that you should probably start with and get familiar with. They're pretty good. You get all your notifications, and like I said, it's going to track your standing, your calories burned, and one of the big things that you should always look for when trying to incorporate any wearable into your healthy way of living would be a heart rate monitor. And a wearable that has a heart rate monitor is going to give you a better advantage of one that doesn't. It just kind of guesstimates, because what the heart rate monitor is going to actually do, it's going to be a tool that's going to give you an accurate estimation of how many calories you're burning throughout the day, throughout a particular activity, whether it's running, walking, working out. So that way you can kind of challenge yourself, and you can also gauge your conditioning, because as you do and become more accustomed to the activity, your calorie burn and your heart rate and everything should start to drop. So therefore your intensities and things have to be regulated and changed in order to keep from hitting plateaus, which you will creep upon plateaus, but in order to stay ahead of those, it's nice to know what your training ranges are as they change and as you become more conditioned. Microsoft Band 2, which the prices range on that from around $250. They're basically for anyone who runs Windows. And also it has a built-in application, Runkeeper, which I'll kind of briefly talk about that once we get to applications. And things you're going to look for or take advantage of with the Microsoft Band 2, it actually tracks your data and distance, calories burned, activities, sleep activity, heart rate, steps taken, elevation, skin temperature, and location. Some of the features that you're going to have on there is a microphone, calendar notifications, SMS notifications, email notifications, and ambient light sensors, 3-axis gyro sensor to sense your motion, a barometer, and a 3-axis accelerometer to accelerate your speed. That's good for like when you're running. It also has a heart rate monitor, and the battery life on it is around 48 hours. So that's the Microsoft Band 2. Next up is going to be the Fitbit category, the very popular Fitbit category. I'm not a big fan of them, but since a lot of people tend to ask questions, and when they think of wearables they always go to Fitbit. There's 2 of them that I recommend, and any wearable that I recommend is always going to be one that's heart rate monitor capable or enabled. And for those you have the Fitbit Charge HR and also the Fitbit Surge. And first let's go ahead and dig into the Fitbit Charge HR. And basically with that, what you're going to have is it costs, that one actually ranges around $149, and it's heart rate monitor capable or enabled. It's going to track your workouts, your all-day activities. It has caller ID, and you can also use it as a watch feature. It has a few exercise modes. It executes smart track. It has auto sleep and alarms, wireless syncing, and also has 5 days worth of battery life on it. And then for its bigger brother, or the more expensive, or the upgraded model, you have the Fitbit Surge, which is going to add features to it that the Fitbit Charge HR does not have. And those features are actually going to be the GPS, the multi-sport mode. So you're going to have various modes, as you can see right there. You can change the different modes. And also it's going to have notifications plus music, where you can actually control your music on your mobile phone device. And the battery life on that is a little bit larger because the device itself is a little bit larger. So the actual battery life on that is going to be 7 days. Now let's go into the Garmin family of wearables. Garmin's been around for a while. They're one of the first and one of the most popular running GPS watches. and there's two Garmins that I'm actually going to show you, and kind of you can decipher the price point on those. You're going to start with the very first Garmin right here, which is the Vivo Smart HR. Like I said, it comes with the heart rate monitor. It's $149. That one's capable of showing and displaying your steps, your distance, your calories, heart rate, floors, climb, and also activity intensity. And it also can receive text messages, calls, emails, and calendar, and smart media alerts. And you can also control your music from your smartphone and things of that nature. It also reminds you to step up and has a movement alert when you're sitting down too long to tell you to stand up and all that. And then the bigger version of that is actually going to be the Vivo Active, which is price point is around $219. And for that, you're going to get one with a bigger screen, and it's going to allow you to have make decisions and make choices from the built-in sports app, which you can see right here. It has sports like golf, running, swimming, stuff like that. It also has the movement alert. It also has all the same notifications that the Vivo Smart HR, which has the text, call, email, calendar, and social media alerts. And that battery life on that one's going to actually be 3 weeks worth of battery life. And on the Vivo Active, you can actually customize the watch faces. So that would be the main difference between spending the extra $70 and getting the Vivo Active over the Vivo Smart HR. Alright, so now for my opinion on these, of course, since the watch that I wear is the Apple Watch, I'm going to rate that one in as number 1. And then after that, number 2 and 3, I'm going to probably come in with the Garmin, preferably the Vivo Active, just because of the functionality and the customization of it. And you can see right here why I would choose that. And then next one from there would be still in the Garmin family, coming in at number 3. I would actually go ahead and choose its little brother, which is the Vivo Smart HR, just because it seems a lot more sleek. It also has a curved watch face to it, so it'd be more comfortable on a lot more wrists. It's not big and bulky. And then third, I would probably come in with the Microsoft Band 2, just because it seems like it's something that's a lot easier to adapt to. It's not big and clunky, and like I said, if you're going to wear a wearable, you kind of want it to be indiscreet. You don't want it to be big and clunky, especially if it's not a watch itself. You don't want to wear that and a watch. So that's why I would come in with the Microsoft Band 2. And last would be the Fitbit, which would be, of course, the bigger version, which would be the Fitbit Surge, just because it has the multi-sport and it's a little more multifunctional. And then last, I would probably come in with the Fitbit Charge HR. So those would be my rankings right there. You can see them. The Apple Watch, the Garmin Vivo Active, the Vivo Smart HR, the Microsoft Band 2, the Fitbit Surge, and then the Fitbit Charge HR. And that would be how I'd rank the wearables. Of the ones I've seen so far, they actually seem to make sense, and you can actually apply them to a healthy lifestyle or something to keep you accountable, and also kind of durable, and has many functions, so you can also kind of keep yourself changing and evolving and kind of challenging yourself. So those are the ones that I would